here at Havelock Park where strength training is done for the coaches and the physiotherapists. We are here with a gentleman, I think, who doesn't need any introduction. Anybody who is into rugby knows him very well. And it's a pleasure and honor to have you here, Mr. Nihal Gunaratne, fondly known as Viper, for his tactics in being a well-renowned flanker. So a little bit about Mr. Gunaratne. He's an old boy from St. Anthony's College and has played for Kandy Sports Club. He has coached. What is specialized in him is about his coaching career. He has coached over 500 licensed coaches. He has produced over 500 licensed coaches for Sri Lanka. He is the one and only Sri Lankan to be the first and one and only Sri Lankan to be the World Rugby Coach, Educator and Trainer. He is also a member of the East Asia Trainers Panel, and he is a visiting lecturer for the Peradeniya University for the Sports Science Diploma and the Masters. So welcome Mr. Gunaratne to Kandy Times. My first question to you, what does it mean to be a World Rugby Educator, Trainer and a coach?
Yeah, it's start long ago. In 2009, I was invited for the World Rugby Coach Educator exam in Thailand. I must actually thank at that time the president, Mr. Leuke, and the secretary, Mr. Dilroy Fernando, for recommending me for that course. Then after the testing and examinations, I was appointed as a educator, coach educator, representing World Rugby, and we are licensed to carry out training in every country, and we are licensed to issue certificates on behalf of World Rugby.
Right. So how, now you explained a little bit, but why is it that you are the only Sri Lankan to be selected for this?
That was long ago, 2009. After
Okay.
that, there were some educators who came through, and one of them is Mr. Kastarati behind me. Is conducting a course right now, and we had another 6 educators, trained educators.
Right.
Now they are licensed to be renewed. Until that, they are not in a position to issue certificates. So very soon they will be getting their accreditation again.
Right. So, Mr. Gunaratne, my next question is like, to be a coach, what are the qualifications you have to have, and how can you get that?
First step is now to become a coach. If you have a playing background and knowledge of the game, it is good to become a coach. And at the beginning, they should before engaging in coaching, they have to do some exams, online exams through World Rugby. There are things like Rugby Ready, the Beginner's Guide to Rugby, the laws of the game, so many things. So first training they get is introduction to coaching. After that, they have to do coaching children, Beginner's Guide to Rugby, then of course Rugby Ready, and some training on safety aspect, that is concussion management and so many things. Then after you fulfill your prerequisites, you are called for a workshop like this through Sri Lanka Rugby, and after registering, they will be going through our training in a place in Colombo or any other place. Sometimes we visit other areas as well. Then they are accredited as level 1 World Rugby, level 1 qualified coaches. Then they have to engage with some school coaching junior grade rugby. After 2-3 years experience, then they can go up to level 2 coaching level.
Right. When I was speaking to Mr. Gunaratne, he told me that this coaching certificate has to be renewed.
Correct.
So,
Now,
can you speak a little bit about this renewal
now,
and
for
how we go
example,
about it?
I checked my records recently. We have given nearly 100 level 2 certificates in Sri Lanka so far for about 10-15 years. But out of that lot, only about 10 are now really qualified because there are others certificates are expired. The techniques and the laws are changing. So you have to refresh your knowledge by doing another course after 3 years. That is the procedure and protocol of the World Rugby.
So, if you are a rugby player who has played, who has a little bit of experience, and because now we see a lot of rugby players, the future for them is to go into coaching. So, if they are interested, how do they get about getting this certificate?
As I said, they can straight away join their schools or some organization where you can train young kids or girls or boys, and you can do all your prerequisites through World Rugby Passport. In World Rugby website, there's a thing called World Rugby Passport.
Right.
You register there. After getting your online certificates, you can apply for a course with Sri Lanka Rugby level 1 coaching course, and there are some more other strands as well. Strength and conditioning, then officiating, medical. There are so many courses you can do. So it is good for any young person who's coming up and like to learn about rugby coaching to do these exams.
So, Mr. Gunaratne, now you said that they can get themselves enrolled in the World Rugby website and do those prerequisite courses. So, how do they get in touch with you, and for what should they get in touch with you?
Actually, registrations for courses is done by Sri Lanka Rugby.
Okay.
So once you get your online certificates, for example, if you do Rugby Ready, after completion you get a multiple questions and a small exam.
Right.
When you finish that, you get a certificate from World Rugby. Then you can download that, and once you fulfill your prerequisites, you can go to Sri Lanka Rugby and register for a course. So we are planning to do every region we are going to visit, and very soon we will be doing level 1 courses around Sri Lanka. So once you are registered, they will invite you for a face-to-face course with World Rugby, that is done by actually me and my other educator team.
Right. Mr. Gunaratne, is there the only coaching level 1 and 2, the only accredited coaching courses is with the World Rugby, or is there a local exam or camp that you can get your coaching level as well?
Certification, of course, only entrusted through the educators, World Rugby qualified educators, and according to the sports law, you need a World Rugby certified accreditation to take up any job as a coach in Sri Lanka.
Right.
So different levels need different standards. For example, if you are coaching a level A division club or a division school, the level 2 coaching certificate is a must.
Right.
So without that, actually you are not allowed to sit on the bench as a head coach of a school or club if you don't have level 2.
Oh, right, right. So this is a lot of information we are getting in now, and thank you for that. So lastly, I want to ask, for anyone who has done the level 1 and is qualified to do level 2, how do they go about that?
At the level 1 course itself, we identify the talent who can go up in the ladder, and some of them are straight away recommended to do level 2. Otherwise, after working as a junior coach under 14, under 16, they can come up the ladder, and when they are experienced enough, after 2-3 years experience, they can apply for level 2.
Right.
So it's not a very tough job actually. If you are keen, everyone can get the accreditation by learning and coaching and getting experience.
What is the highest level you can go into in coaching?
At the World Rugby, you can after level 2, if you are really good and you very experienced coaches can do level 3.
Right.
So then you can apply for educator course.
Mhm.
So if you are qualified as educator, you are seconded to sometimes to other countries to go and do your courses there.
Right, right. You also said that you're very keen on getting not only coaches but about journalists and even a spectator to do this course so that they know the rules and there are no issues within the game and they understand what is happening in rugby and for the game to develop in Sri Lanka that everybody should know this. So, what is your thought about that?
Yeah, that's a good question you're asking. Uh, by learning the game laws and the present trends, when you are updated, your standard goes up. It is not only the coaches and the players, the media, the officials, and even the spectators should know why these things are happening, and especially the regards to safety of the players. And you encounter a lot of injuries in rugby because of wrong technique and bad type of training. So that is the main thing we are trying to implement. Not only the good players, we are trying to get our coaching standards up to the world level by educating them on the safety aspects and the correct technique as well. And there are rugby values, so rugby principles are there. So if you are really qualified coach, you know how to coach with a very safe environment for, especially for little kids with a very what do you call, enjoyment background. Then little kids will take up more and more rugby, and that's good for the high level of rugby in Sri Lanka.
Exactly. I think, Mr. Gunath, you said a very valid point where, the children should enjoy. And, one part of rugby that people are keeping away is the injuries. And now that is a good point where you said sometimes it's the wrong technique that creates these injuries. So if you enjoy and you know better way to play this game, you will develop and go high to a higher level in the sport, because we see that after school rugby there's a lot of kids who are stepping away from rugby, and when it comes to club rugby it's a very few people who choose club rugby. So this is due to the fact that injuries and that they are not enjoying and they're not going forward in it. Thank you very much for that. I also heard that you are going to several districts to coach these uh, boys and these coaches and the trainers, that you are taking it to the grassroots level and not secluding this training only to Colombo and Kandy. So what are your thoughts about that and what are your plans?
Yeah, that's what Sri Lanka Rugby is planning to do. We will be visiting all the areas in Sri Lanka, and through workshops like this, we will have good coaches. Then, in turn, they will provide facilities to good rugby players to become competent rugby players, and in turn, they will play in A division schools and clubs. So that will lift our international standards definitely. If we have planned properly, it's a good thing for World Rugby and Sri Lanka Rugby as a whole.
Yes. How, Mr. Gurunath, my last question. How do you see Sri Lankan rugby developing in the future?
At the moment, we are only second to cricket in a spectator interest wise, and you can see how many spectators are there in the A division school match. So we don't get this in anywhere in Asia except Japan, I think, and we are only second to in spectator interest. We are only second to places like New Zealand and South Africa. So we can see the standards rising, and our national team is beginning to perform well, and they can give a fight to any Asian team at the moment. I hope this year they will prove that we might become the champions, and in future, one day we might be able to represent in the World Cup as well. So definitely the standards are rising. Only thing my worry is the safety standards and the facilities are not up to the standards at the moment. So I think the new committee of Sri Lanka Rugby is also trying their best to uplift the standards, and they are in discussion with us to do some courses, and these courses provide facilities to all the coaches to come up in their coaching qualifications. In turn, they will produce good players. So good players mean the rise, definitely the standard of the Sri Lanka Rugby will go up in the ladder, and in future we might see Sri Lanka playing in at least qualifying level of World Rugby tournaments.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Gunaratne. I think coming such credits coming from a person like you means a lot to the players and Sri Lanka Rugby, the fans, and everyone involved in rugby. So, thank you once again. I would like to tell the audience that we would be meeting Mr. Gunaratne with his playing career in the future. So, we will see how he came to be the man he is today. For now, thank you very much, and we wish you all the best for the dedication you have to giving out your knowledge to the rugby people and going out to all these districts to develop rugby in Sri Lanka. Thank you once again.
Thanks very much for having me in this program. Thank you.
Okay. We are here with Alim Pisa. He is also a coach at the Fly High Academy. So he has joined the strength and conditioning course done by Sri Lankan Rugby. So Alima, welcome to Kandy Times again. How do you feel about this course right now?
Yeah, it's very good. This course is so good for coaches here in Sri Lanka as well. So to prepare themselves how to deliver the rugby to the young kids as well. The first thing you have to is it's a safety of a player. They need to look at first. It doesn't matter what age, but you have to be the welfare of a player. So you come here as a coaches to learn from those guys from over here from Sri Lanka Rugby. It's a very good one. It's to me, I already had my level one. I done it in 2020. But I'm still it's a refreshment because rugby is every 3 years, everything upgrade everything in 3 years. So
Yes.
it's good to come and refresh again. You know, it never stop learning. That's me. You never stop learning. It come to rugby as well. Thank you.
So you gave a good point. Like rugby is also something that you never stop learning. So how do you find the trainers who are giving you the presenters who are delivering this lecture to you?
It's those guys they deliver really well.
Right.
You know, the way they deliver is professional. How the rugby will do it. So they've done a really good job to deliver to us as here in Sri Lanka to be as a coach. Yes.
Right. Thank you very much, Alima.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are here with Muhammad Ahil.
Yeah.
So, Muhammad, welcome to Kandy Times. So, you are at the strength and conditioning course that Sri Lanka Rugby is organizing. So, why have you joined this course right now?
To expand my knowledge about strength and conditioning coach, where I work at a sports science company called TES. So I'm working on different kind of athletes like rowing, water polo players, basketball players, track and field players. So I think since the rugby is like a multi-sport sport, so I thought of doing the World Rugby SNC program, join the program. So it was pretty good to join here because I actually expand my knowledge about the SNC program.
Right. So, what do you think about the level of the presenters or the coaches that are delivering this course to you?
Yeah, they are very qualified educators and they are very simply they are explaining us, so where we can understand what they are trying to execute. So yeah, we're
Right.
very educated.
So anything you want to add at the end?
So yeah, thank you Sri Lanka Rugby for giving this opportunity, and special shout out to Viber sir and Castro sir for educating us.
Thank you very
So
much, Mohammed, and
yeah,
all the best to you.
yes.